Yesterday a child came out to wander,
caught a dragonfly inside a jar.
Fearful when the sky was full of thunder,
and tearful at the falling of a star.
And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease them, and promises of someday make their dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now.
cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town. And we tell them, take your time, it won't be long now.
Till you drag your feet to slow the circles down.
And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years went by, and now the child is 20. Though their dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams, and plenty before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
We should have another video. Oh, okay. I thought we were going straight into the please let me get what we want. No.
Good times for a change. See the luck I've had can make a good man turn bad. So please, 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 let me get what I want this time. Haven't had a dream in a long time. See the life I've had can make a good man bad. So for once in my life, let me get what I want. Lord knows it would be the first time. Lord knows it would be the first time.
Good morning. My name is Valera Hagan, a member of the high school class that is leading today's service. We invite you to join together in song to help transform this gathering into a holy place.
Check. There we go. Good morning. I'm Katie Seifert, the Director of Music Ministries, and I am so excited to lead us in the music that our youth have chosen for us this morning. Before we do that, let's say a good morning to one another, to our friends online and in here in the sanctuary. And we're going to try something different this morning. We are actually going to say hello to one another at the same time. But if you're on Zoom, you will see us in the sanctuary, correct, tech team? Okay? And if we are in the sanctuary, we will see our friends online. So we get to say good morning at the same time. So if you are on Zoom, or even if you're on YouTube, go ahead and wave. And we're going to wave back, and on the count of three, say good morning. 1, 2, 3. Good morning. Oh, so nice to be with you this morning. Please stand in body or in spirit, and let's sing together, whether we're online or in this room, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind, and we see our faces in each other's eyes, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our heart stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
Hi, my name is Rowan Pulliam. Please join me in saying the chalice lighting words as Maya lights the flame. We kindle this flame, symbol of our faith, for the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fight with which calls us to work for justice.
Hi, I'm Maya Pulliam, and I'm going to be doing the time for all ages. So if all the kids want to come forward and sit. Our book today is The Three Questions, written and illustrated by John J. Muff, based on a story by Leo Tolstoy. Sorry. There once was a boy named Nikolai who sometimes felt uncertain about the right way to act. I want to be a good person, he told his friends, but I don't always know the best way to do that. Nikolai's friends understood and they wanted to help him. If only I could find the answer to my 3 questions, Nikolai continued, then I would always know what to do. When's the best time to do things? Sonia, the heron, spoke. To know the best time to do things, one must plan in advance, she said. Gogol, the monkey, said, you will know when to do things if you watch and pay close attention. Then Pushkin, the dog, said, you can't pay attention to everything yourself. You need a pack to keep watch and help you decide when to do things. For example, Gogol, a coconut is about to fall on your head. Nikolai thought for a moment, and then he asked his second question, who is the most important one? Those who are closest to heaven, said Sonia, circling up into the sky. Those who know how to heal the sick, said Gogol, stroking his bruised noggin. Those who make the rules, growled Pushkin. Nikolai thought some more, then he asked his third question, what is the right thing to do? Flying, said Sonia. Having fun all the time, laughed Gogol. Fighting, barked Pushkin. Nikolai loved his friends, and he knew they were all trying their best to help him answer his questions, but their answers didn't seem quite right. Then an idea came to him. I know, he thought. I'll ask Leo, the turtle. He has lived a very long time. Surely he'll know the answers I'm looking for. Nikolai hiked high up into the mountains where the old turtle lived, all alone. He found Leo digging a garden. The turtle was old, and digging was hard for him. I have 3 questions, and I came to ask for your help, Nikolai said. When's the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Leo listened carefully, but he only smiled. Then he went on with his digging. "You must be tired," Nikolai said. "Let me help you." The turtle gave him his shovel and thanked him. Just as he finished digging the rows, the wind blew wildly and rain burst from the darkened clouds. As they moved toward the cottage for shelter, Nikolai heard a cry for help. Running down the path, he found a panda whose leg had been injured by a fallen tree. Carefully, Nikolai carried her into Leo's house and made a splint for her leg with a stick of bamboo. The storm raged on, banging the doors and the window. The panda woke up. "Where am I?" she said, "and where is my child?" The boy ran out of the cottage and down the path. The road of the storm was deafening. Pushing against the howling wind and drenching rain, he ran farther into the forest, where he found the panda's child, cold, shivering on the ground. Sorry. The little panda was wet and scared, but alive. Nikolai carried her inside and made her warm and dry. Then he laid her in her mother's arms. Leo smiled when he saw what the boy had done. The next morning, the sun was warm, birds sang, and all was well with the world. The panda's leg was healing nicely, and she thanked Nikolai for saving her and her baby from the storm. At that moment, Sonia, Gogol, and Pushkin arrived to make sure everyone was all right. Nikolai felt great peace within himself. He had wonderful friends, and he had saved the panda and her child, but he also felt disappointed. He had not found the answer to his 3 questions, so he asked Leo one more time. The old turtle looked at the boy. "But your questions have been answered," he said. "Yesterday, if you had not stayed to help me dig my garden, you would not have heard the panda's cries for help in the storm. Therefore, the most important time was the time you spent digging the garden, and the most important one at the moment was me, and the most important thing to do was help me with my garden. Later, when you found the injured panda, the most important time was the time you spent mending her leg and saving her child. The most important ones were the panda and her baby, and the most important thing to do was take care of them and make them safe. Remember that there's only one important time, and that time is now. The most important one, always the one you are with, and the most important thing is to do good for the one who is standing at your side. For these, my dear boy, are the answers to what is most important in the world. That is why we are here." Now, if the parents can make a bridge of love and escort the kids out the clear doors so they can meet on the patio.
Wait and see what a world there can be if we share, if we care, you and me. Wait and see what a world there can be if we share, if we care, you and me. Wait and see what a world there can be if we share, if we care, you and me. Wait and see what a world there can be if we share, if we care, you and me.
Good morning. My name is Conrad Miller Fabregas. I'd like to welcome you to Valley UU this morning. Every week, we have pastoral care associates available to provide a listening presence to those in need. Today in the sanctuary, that will be Randy Galbraith, who will be up front after the service. On Zoom, please use the chat to contact Joanne Smith. Burdens are always lighter when shared. And a reminder that we have a comfort room to your right for anyone, young or old, who needs a space away during the service. It does have a speaker, so hopefully you can still hear the words and music. We want to express a welcome to everyone who has joined us, whether here in the sanctuary, on Zoom, or on YouTube. Let's take a moment to wave and say hi to each other. We come here today by different paths. from varied interests with special needs, and we don't know where our lives will take us when we leave here. But for right now, we're here together, hoping to find something worthwhile to help us live the best lives we can. So, this is a bit of what we hope you will find this morning. We hope you find the energy to explore all the possibilities of your life. We hope you find the spirit to be hopeful even if you are afraid. We hope you gain some insight to be more understanding of what is not familiar to you. We hope you find the strength to figure out what your dreams really are and to pursue them through this one precious life. We hope you find the inspiration to keep on going even when you may be tempted to give up. We hope you grow your faith in a love that always surrounds you. So, welcome to you all, and thanks for being here.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. Hello, my name is Deariana, and now is the brief moment in our service for a quiet time of centering. We begin with a poem called The Cost, written by Dorothy Monroe. Death is not too high a price to pay for having lived. Mountains never die, nor do the seas or rocks or endless sky. Through countless centuries of time, they stay eternal, deathless, yet they never live. If choices were there, I would not hesitate to choose mortality. Whatever fate demanded in return for life, I'd give. For never to have seen the fertile plains, nor heard the winds, nor felt the warm sun on sand beneath the salty sea, nor touched the hands of those I loved. Without these, all the gains of timelessness would not be worth a day of living and loving. Come what may. Take a moment for centering yourself, to think about what you really want from this one life you have. What dreams, what changes, what brings peace and joy to your soul and allow you to live fully.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Avery Miller Fabregas. Last month, I read Tuesdays with Morrie, a philosophical biography written by Mitch Albom. It's from the perspective of the author who visits his old sociology professor, Morrie Schwartz, who's dying of ALS. Through this volume, Morrie invites his former student Mitch into his psyche and recent reflections on death, as it's an event that inches closer and closer to him every day. A significant quote that stuck out to me from this text was, "Aging is not just decaying, you know. It's growth. It's more than the negative that you're going to die. It's also the positive that you understand you're going to die and that you live a better life because of it." As I continued to read through Tuesdays with Morrie, I learned to not only appreciate the figurative writing used to open up a new perspective on aging, I realized I could apply these lessons to my own life. As a youth member who's growing older, I'm starting to grasp the importance of living in the moment. I'm delighted that I have such a deep awareness of death at my age. Knowing and understanding that death is a fundamental part of my life has taught me to seize the day. It's a widely accepted outlook to view aging as just getting closer to death. But after some reflection, I've decided that aging is much more about the process of growing and getting wiser while living. As a living being with a consciousness advanced enough to make me aware of my own inevitable death, the topic is obviously one that has surfaced mentally many times throughout my life. We usually ponder over ideas in our mind to come to a decision or to make a choice. But death is a fixed and guaranteed experience for all living things. The only thinking we can do when it comes to death is to think about how we'll deal with the idea now, in the present. Whenever I think about death, I think about all the ways I could possibly view the idea of death. I wonder how differently I would live my life if I was detached to the idea of death. I think about how certain aspects of my life would be adversely impacted if I were constantly in a state of fear over death. At this point in my life, my relationship with death entails only my own thought process over it. But growing older and conversing with members of the congregation who are much closer to death than I am, I've realized I can choose to live in and appreciate the moment. Going through the motions of life tends to become an automatic process for us. But having the generations above me share their stories about what they wish they would have done at my age awakened a thought in me. I have a chance to open my eyes. I have a chance to appreciate the little things in between the monotony of everyday life. My mind was opened up to a realm of new thought possibilities. I believe a lot of people have an opinion on death as fixed as the idea of death itself. It's either a constant dread stored in the back of their minds or just something as inevitable as filing taxes. However, I'm working on enhancing my relationship with death every day, as our relationship is built purely out of my own cognition. I believe the inevitability of death is what brings our life growth. Just keeping this viewpoint in mind in your daily life will change the way you approach living. There are many things people choose not to do because they forget they only have one life to do it. They see death as a far-off, inapplicable experience, ignoring the exciting personal growth that death can bring them. I'm confident in the fact that your life will change for the better if you choose to seize the day every day. We don't have to feel positive about death, but we should appreciate the privilege it gives us to cherish our lives. The inevitability of death is a gift to remind you to live in the present and seize the day.
We will now take up an offering here in the sanctuary, but there are many ways to donate to the work of our congregation. Text, call, email, snail mail, whatever works best for you. As the ushers come forward, let me share with you the slightly modified words of Michael Schuler. If you are proud of this congregation, become its advocate. If you are concerned for its future, share its message. If its values resonate with you, give it a measure of your devotion. This congregation cannot survive without your faith, your confidence, your enthusiasm, and your support. Its destiny, the larger hope, rests in your hands.
Good morning, my name is Deb Chesney. Now we would like to recognize an important accomplishment and milestone for our high school seniors, graduation.
In many cases, we have watched these young adults grow up. They were young kids playing on the playground. They've participated in a variety of our classes and programs. It is a gift to our religious community to be a part of their journey across the years.
It is our hope that this moment is not the end of our presence in your lives and your presence in our lives. We hope that you will stay in touch, stay connected, and be part of our community. Whatever your journey takes you, we will always be rooting for you, holding you with blessings and love.
When we welcome people at the beginning of childhood into our community, we give them a rose, a tightly closed bud on a stem from which the thorns have been removed. The buds are symbols of life just beginning. The thornless stems are vivid images of our intent to protect the children of our community from all that could be hurtful. These youth today are at the other edge of their childhood, and it is fitting once more to use those same symbols. The rose, now larger, more vividly colored, closer to becoming a full and glorious flower. The stem, this time, is not carefully stripped of thorns. We can no longer hold away the hurts and dangers of adulthood any more than we could keep this rose from opening.
Through adult life is occasionally sharply painful, as well as rich in color and texture. We urge our young adults to engage it fully. And while we are not able to protect them, we have tried to give them the tools to protect themselves. Values by which to measure life's worth. decision-making skills, and the knowledge how to think instead of what to think, a heritage of the right of consciousness and the need to act on what the consciousness demands, and a religious community in which to test and refine the possible directions of their lives. Bridging a young adulthood is an important transition not only in the life of an individual, but also in the life of family and faith community. Helen Keller said, "The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart."
We have 5 seniors bridging today. I'd like them to join us. They can take a seat for a few moments up on the stage, please. At this time, I also want to thank Rebecca Riggs and Barbara Face for all the work they did with our high school youth in creating today's worship service. You were invaluable. Thank you so much for your help. One at a time, the bridges are going to come up, and I invite them to introduce themselves and take a moment to share something that can be felt from the heart. So we'll start with Rowan, please.
How's everyone doing? My name is Rowan Pulliam. I was a senior at Desert Vista High School. I've been at the church for a while now, since 5th grade, if I recall. I've had a lot of memories here from playing in the playground, many field trips we took with the class, all the activities we did. There was a lot. OWL class, that was really fun. I made a good amount of friends here that I still talk to this day, some of which are here. I'd like to thank my parents for dealing with me for this long. Surprised y'all made it that far. My friends for sticking by me with everything that I've been through, and everyone here for celebrating this transition in my life. My plans for after high school probably just consist of the Air Force I'm looking at currently, something in the mechanical engineering area. If not, ASU is always an option. And thank you all for being here.
Brianna Miller.
Hi, I'm Brianna Miller. I've been going to VUU since I was about 4, so basically as long as I can remember. I've participated in things such as choir, OWL, coming of age, and iHelp. I want to give a special thanks to Kelly and Marcy because these activities and the people involved have really helped shape who I am today. And if it weren't for their help, I don't think I would have loved coming here as much as I did as a kid. After I graduate, I'm attending NAU, and after lots of research and doubt, I finally settled on going into business for my major. Will I stick with it? I don't know, but what I do know is that even though I'm going into adulthood, even though I'm finally old enough to cross this bridge, it doesn't mean I have my life figured out. So yeah, maybe I will end up as a business major, or maybe something entirely different. All I know is that since I'm crossing this bridge, I'm one step closer to figuring things out and one step closer to finding my way.
Montana Galbraith.
Hello, I'm Montana Galbraith. I've been attending here for, I believe, 9 years, and I've participated in my fair share of the activities and programs here, including the children's classes and also the youth group for the teenagers. And I can honestly say that my experience with especially the youth group was extremely impactful and downright life-changing, if I'm being honest. Getting to get up here during that and giving my credo in front of this and having that experience honestly has changed who I am and how I approach things. And as I enter adulthood and I, stop being a child, I find myself a lot more confident and willing than I was in previous years. And in a large part, this community is thanks to that. I'm unsure, frankly, of what I'm going to do going past high school, and I'm okay with that. I'm a lot more sure that I'll find my way than I have been in previous years. And I'd like to just all thank you for that.
Valera Hagen.
Hello, my name is Valera Hagen, and I have been a part of the VUU congregation for 9 years. Within that time, I've participated in OWL, Coming of Age, Youth Conference, and I will even be able to go to Camp Davidianville this year. I spent my time learning how I want to be, not who I want to be. That's not decided yet. I've learned and grew and become someone who 100% will make an impact on the world tomorrow. I graduated from Desert Hills High School Friday the 20th, and now there's everybody's question is, what is my future? And I can tell you for a fact that I have no clue. The one thing I know is that I will use my lessons and values I have learned here and question. One of the most important things I've learned here is you're never done. You're always learning, you're always growing, you're always questioning. As I move forward through the college phase of my life, I will question where I go. I will question why I'm going. I will question my major, my career. I will question everything in my path. I will always hold truth that we are always searching and questioning, that I do not have to decide what my forever is. I just have to decide what's next.
Lily Sarr.
Hi, my name is Lily, and I've been going to VUU for as long as I can remember. And during my time here, I have gone through the programs like OWL and Coming of Age. I've worked in the nursery, and most importantly, I've met and seen the kind of people that I hope to become. People who express kindness and love to all around them. People who encourage others to fight for themselves and fight for those who are unable to fight for themselves. And people who put aside fear to do what is right. I am thankful to have been able to grow up in a community in which these values were taught to me. Next year, I am going to NAU to major in environmental science and sustainability studies. And it is my hope that in my future, both in college and in all things, that I can embody and take with me the values that I have learned here. So, thank you.
Did you cross the bridge? I didn't do it. Obviously trying not to. So do we have the covenant slide? So would you all please rise and join us in welcoming these young adults to our congregation. We welcome you as young adults into our community of love, service, and justice. We promise to respect you, to honor you in your uniqueness, and to walk together beside you as you continue your spiritual journey. We pledge this to one another, to be in community and accept all the blessings and responsibilities that brings us. Thank you. Now, as our tradition demands, we will all join together singing and hopefully dancing our bridging anthem, Joni Mitchell's The Circle Game. I want to invite our current high school youth and any past high school youth who have joined us today who would like to come up and help us with the singing and dancing of the Circle Game. Do it.
It's easy, you got it.
Yesterday, a child came out to wonder. Caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder. they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in a circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streets. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make his dream. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. Do, do, do. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in a circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town. And they tell her, take your time, it won't be long now. Till you drag your feet too slow, the circle's down. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. Do, do, do. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spent by, and now the boy's 20. Though he's lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time to do. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
All right. All right. Please say with me the words of extinguishing our chalice as you extinguish the flames. Though we extinguish the chalice, our connection to each other and this plan remains. May its light guide us this week as we walk the path of justice, speak the words of love, and fill world with compassion until we meet again.
You're part of a long, unfolding story. It would not be bridging if Marcy didn't cry. You have grown from love and resilience of your ancestors, your parents, your peers, and your friends. In turn, you have become a source of compassion and courage for others. May you never miss a moment for laughter or silliness or discovery. May you know the safety and trust of the community which allows such bold joy to thrive your whole life. Seniors, we celebrate the part you played and will continue to play in the living tradition of this congregation. Go in peace. Thank you for being here today.